A little motivation for you. A little motivation for you.
What's up, everybody? What's up? It's your girl Tiphani. We are live tonight. Tips Tuesdays live Rehashed. Welcome back. So tonight we have special guest, Miss Renee L. Brown. We want to say welcome. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Yes.
Good to be here.
I edited this and everything. You do it. Welcome. If you are just now tuning in to the show, welcome first comers. We are going to have a good time tonight and get some inspiration out to the world tonight. And for those of you that are first time listeners, this is a show that if you let me go back. This is the show that is the live version of my podcast, Tips Tuesdays, which releases every Tuesday. I release an inspirational episode every Tuesday. And so now we are going further by having special guests to come onto the show and reiterate some things that I talk about, give a little different perspective with inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. So this is the next level of it and everything. And I'm so excited to have my friend here. You just never know in life who God will place into your life that will be real and genuine and a friend, you know? So, hey, I think it's been since like last year, well, October, September, one of them months. And we've been rocking ever since. So, you're gonna see one of the reasons why we friends here in a minute when she get to talking. You know. So she's not just Renee L. Brown, she's a pastor, she's a prophetess. The name of her ministry is Let Go and Let God Ministries. Deliverance Church. See, I ain't want to get that wrong. Let Go and Let God Deliverance Church. So, yeah, shout out to any of y'all that's on here watching. Whoop, whoop. But we are gonna have a good show tonight, and so we're gonna just jump right into things. Y'all know how I do with my topics and stuff. They are random. The topics aren't random. The topics are from the podcast, but we are randomly pulling them out the jar. So, I think she got a little good ups because she actually tuned into the show, you know. So we're gonna see yeah. We're gonna see what she come up with, you know. So all right, so just to get a few things out of the way, like I said, tune in to the podcast, Tips Tuesdays. If you are not following, please go and follow. Follow what I have going on Instagram and Facebook. Just put in Tips Tuesdays, and it should pop up. Also on YouTube. Also, we are actually going live on Facebook and YouTube right now. So, but go to that YouTube and subscribe to that YouTube. I'm trying to build that up. Please go and do that. Let's see what's my next thing. So to start the night off, we are going to start with a quote. This quote resonated with me because we work every day. And when I seen this quote, I was like, yeah, I like that one. So the quote is, don't settle. That is last week's. That is not the right one. Hey, y'all, hey, we raw with this show. Let me go to the right one. There we go. There we go. All right. That was still the same one.
Listen, I need
Hey,
to say that one again.
you know what? We just gonna say that one again because apparently every edit I just did, it did not go in there. But anyways, okay, so we just gonna go with last week's. Apparently, maybe we need to say it again. Don't settle for average. Bring your best to the moment. Then, whether it fails or succeeds, at least you know you gave all you had. That's a quote from Angela Bassett. I think that quote can kind of resonate with everybody. What you think?
I believe you can.
Yeah, yeah. Do your best at all times. One of the things my dad used to say to me, well, to me, my sister, and my brother, all the time, he would always say, "Be better than the best." So whenever we would, go off to school or go and do anything, go and sing at a show, be better than the best, and that just, kind of stuck throughout the years. Be better than the best. Here and there, I tell my son, be better than the best. Don't just settle and just be average. You gotta stand out. I mean, unless you just not trying to stand out, but give them something to remember. So that is the quote for the night. So I hope that helps somebody. It helps you out. So you got some stuff going on or anything, any upcoming events, any kind of things that you're working on? I like to support people and what they got going on, at least by advertising it. If I can't do nothing, I'm going to tell somebody about it, so you got anything going on these days?
Yeah, I have a book that I've been writing for years.
Me too.
Ooh, we need some self-motivation to motivate each other or something.
We've been talking about it.
I know.
Well, we're gonna get it out there.
I think it's time to get it out.
Yeah.
I've been working on this book, everyone, and it's called Perfected Per ED. Notice it's past tense. All right. Basically, it's an autobiography of my life, how I got in this seat as leading, because I didn't ask for it. Really, Allison, you know what I was going to do in life?
What?
I was going to be a traveling RN.
Okay.
My son and I.
I thought you.
And we was going to live our life. We was going to live our life. Like literally, he put me in this seat, and who is he? Of course, we know y'all. The Most High God. All right. So
yeah, we ain't figured that on this show.
So literally, I've been working on this book, and it's just about finished. All right. And I use different characters, cartoon characters in this book, but those cartoon characters literally is me. All right. So I promise you the book is good from the beginning to the end. It is an arsenal that you can keep in your bag. You can travel with it while you're on the airplane. You can read this book. All right. So I'm hoping to have this book out before the end of the year, before January 1st, 2024.
All right, go and put a date on it. Go and put a date on it. Then you gotta,
Sometimes you got to put a date on things
to push it on out there.
That's right, and to push yourself.
Yeah.
So I tell you what, let's be each other motivation to where we can push each other so we get these books out.
Yeah, mine won't be by the first of the year, but Maybe the first one I was saying.
Okay.
Yes. Maybe
At
maybe
least
that
get
one.
one out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe
All right.
we can push for that.
Okay.
Yes.
Because we have many books.
Yes.
We got many of them. That's just one. All right.
Yeah,
That's just
I
one.
at least got 2 right now. So
Unless
and
we got
then
4.
working on music.
Yeah, work. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
By the
So-
way, you know, the gospel album, I don't know when, but just know I got close to like, I gotta have at least 25 songs that I done wrote just this year.
That's good. And this not even half of the year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I just finished 3 songs yesterday. What's today? Today is Tuesday. That was Sunday. I finished 3 songs.
Awesome. So
So
now we're not just gonna start a project. We're gonna
we
finish.
finishing.
This is the year to finish.
Yes.
Okay, when you start something, finish it.
Yes. Yeah. Anybody that has been tuning in with the podcast, you know, I've always said that consistency was the thing that I'm trying to work on. And I've gone even further. And I ain't trying to work on it. I'm just being a little more consistent now. You know what I mean?
I like it.
And one thing that's helped me to be more consistent is to realistically place my goals.
Okay.
I was talking to somebody the other day. You know, we put so much on us that we can't do the things that we're trying to do.
Right.
Whereas if you take it one step at a time, then you can get each goal done versus just putting so much. Well, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this all in 1 week. You know you ain't about to get it done in a week. So why don't you just take that one and be like, this is what I'm gonna focus on this week, and I'm gonna get this done.
Right.
Then, you know, when that's done, then focus on the next goal.
Right.
You know, so
strategize.
yes,
as
that
you go
helps.
along the
That's
way.
helped me to better my consistency.
Gotcha.
So,
Right.
yes,
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm about to graduate from college again.
woo woo. I ain't going back, y'all.
You're not going back. Well, y'all, you know what? I am her pusher. I'm her motivator as well.
She thinks she gonna talk me into going to get a master's. But
This is like part of her show is to what? Motivate. What else?
What y'all saying in the comments? Yeah.
We gotta get it.
Hey, it's a lot I want to do. I don't know if I see that masters though. I don't know.
See, you don't see it, but I see it.
We gonna see.
This
You
might
and my grandma.
friends.
Look,
This
you and
might
my
be
grandma.
friends. Right.
Cause my grandma struggle said, "You gonna come back for your masters?" I'm like, I don't
Let's
know
get it
about that.
done. So, y'all, I'm graduating in August 12th with a bachelor's in psychology. And then I've been accepted for grad school to get a master's in social work. All right. So, that is what I'm working on as well. All right.
That's
That's what I'm working on.
That's what's up.
And I shall complete it. So, I got another year and 1 semester.
Yep, you ain't got no choice.
I have all the degrees that I said that I was
That
going
you
to
set
have.
out for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then
Me
take
too.
a break. Then take a break in between before I go and get my doctorate. I'm just gonna put that out there. Yeah. I'm gonna take a
Dr.
break.
Renee L. Brown.
That sounds good. Dr. Allison Smith. Yeah.
I don't know.
Doctor of music. Doctor of poetry.
I'll be my own doctor of music.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Well, I push myself, but it's just I don't see myself. I don't know. We'll see. I ain't gonna say I don't, but we'll see.
Okay.
But yes. Well, stepmom in the building. Hey.
LG in the house.
Yeah.
Hey. Can I
Hey
say,
everybody. Yeah. Shout out.
Can I give my church a shout out?
Yes.
I want to
comments on
I
there.
see y'all, Marquita. I see. I want to give a special shout out to the best church on this side of heaven. Right? Let Go and Let God Deliverance Church. Thank you for Laminda. Listen, let go, let God is in the house.
They in there. They in there.
Y'all in there. That's
They in
it.
there.
Represent your pastor. That's it.
They
I
in there.
love them. I so love them, Allison.
Yes.
Yeah, thank God for you. So again, just one more shout out to Let Go and Let God Deliverance Church. Thank you for supporting your pastor. Thank you.
Shout out to everybody on here tuning in. Thank you. While y'all are tuning in, like I said, please go and follow me on all platforms that my podcast is on. Well, okay, so the podcast is on all streaming platforms. And then the Facebook and Instagram is Tips Tuesdays. Y'all follow that page. I don't just put my episodes on there. I put words of encouragement on there. You just never know what you're gonna get on that page. So just go and follow that page. It don't hurt to hit that follow, hit that subscribe on YouTube. Same thing. All right. So we're gonna go on and get into things. Let me put this on the screen one time. Hit that QR code. I don't know. Somebody was saying they was watching on their phone. You can't do the QR code, but you might not be on the phone. Hit the QR code and go follow the podcast. That takes you to the Spotify, but it is on all streaming platforms. So Apple, Google Podcasts, all that good stuff. Tune in. Every Tuesday, there's a new episode. Now, this Tuesday, as in today, Tuesday, there was not an episode. There was not an episode, y'all. I just forgot what day it was. I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, it's Tuesday. Yeah, I ain't do that. I ain't do it, but it'll be a new episode that we'll release next Tuesday. So I said that to say you might get out of routine, but just keep going. Pick it back up, keep going. All right. So because I was like, man, well, I can just record one before the end of the day. And then I was just like, no, I'm not about to do that. They'll get one next week. I've been going consistently since last year, February.
Wow.
So this is actually the first break other than the initial month break that I had. So y'all will get an episode next Tuesday. So, but tune in. Follow, subscribe. Well, we're going to get into these subjects.
So. Give.
Yes, I got that up there too.
Put that back up there so they can sow. Let go, let God sow. Let's sow into Allison and what she's doing. We want to help her reach nations. Not just locally, but we want to help her reach nations. You know what I heard another person say? They said it was a preacher, but I don't want to spiritualize and over spiritualize nothing tonight. But I heard the preacher say, he said, sometimes we gotta believe God to do it for the next person before he do it for you. So I want to let go, let God. So y'all give.
Yes, it's at the bottom of your screen. You can cash out Tips Tuesdays. Or if you would like to give any other way, you can get with me on the Gmail, Tips Tuesdays at Gmail. So just like she said, if you like to financially give, please give to it to get it on out there. Trust, that's what is that's all it's gonna be to getting it out there. So that'll continue at the bottom of your screen. So all right, so we're gonna get into things. We are gonna get into these topics. Once again, we have the small jar, which we have all the topics from the podcast, and now we have the big jar. Shout out to my homegirl, my sis, everything, Superwoman, Jess, Honeycutted. She made sure I had these jars, y'all, for this third season. And along with other things, shirts, she doing it. So y'all be looking out for merchandise coming soon. That's all I'm gonna say on that. But we got the small jar and we got the big jar. The big jar is topics that we talked about last week with the guests. So you might have different perspectives on whatever we talked about. And then these are the topics. And then we, last week we threw in there in the loop that each special guest will come up with a topic for the next special guest. So y'all, I don't know how, like, I just came up with this idea. I don't know if it's good that she knows the topic beforehand or if I should just be like, this your topic. But we're gonna figure that out as we go. But she already know what her topic is because she watched the show. So that helps. But I don't know if that helped with your mental. You was like, I'm baffled. But I'm anxious to see what answer is going to be tonight. So we're gonna start with the first topic.
Drum roll.
I feel like, yep, gonna do that. I might need to do smaller papers.
Oh,
So.
she did hit you up. Got your job.
Yeah,
Nice job. Shout out to your friend.
Yes,
for
yes.
hooking our
Honey
friend
cutting.
up. Did you notice I said
and then
our?
I got the
Our
shirt
friend.
and everything. She hooked
She
it up.
keep you
I got
good.
my table that my stuff is sitting on. Got the Tips Tuesdays.
Yeah.
She be doing a license plate.
Won't you sell some of this stuff? Get your
That's what I'm saying. Merchandise coming soon. Merchandise coming soon. We speaking that on in there.
Huh?
Definitely.
Entrepreneur.
All right, you wanna grab?
Goodness.
Yeah, let's see what it is. And this mug is legit. Let me make sure I can close it.
Wow.
I ain't even close because I'm gonna have to open it. What you got?
Afraid of the process.
Girl, I'm glad you picked that one.
Listen.
Afraid of the process. Okay, so this is how it works. I'm gonna start, and then you piggyback.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's with the small jar. And then with the big jar, you just gonna take the topic.
Gotcha.
All right.
Gotcha.
Okay, so afraid of the process. Okay, so afraid of the process. A lot of us, just to be simple, because I want you to just really take it off. A lot of us just won't start whatever it is in life because we are simply afraid of the process. A lot of people are just like in neutral. They have all the potential in the world, but they won't. Let me get some water, y'all. See, look.
I know, right?
But they won't push past that potential because they're afraid of the process. Some people are too scared. Some people are afraid of success. So they would just be average. What we talk about at the beginning of the show, don't be average. Don't be average. So they just be average, and they don't push. They don't push.
Gotcha.
Like I can be a good singer, but I could be a great singer if I really just pushed myself. Instead of like if I'm at church, I ain't gonna sing too good because I don't want them to give me a solo, afraid of the process. Or it may be something that you want to start, like a business or something like that, and you're just like, well, they say that a certain percentage of first time businesses fail within that first year, so I'm just not gonna try. But what if you are that one that's gonna succeed?
Yeah.
They're afraid of the process. They don't want to go through the process. They want to get to the end, but they don't want to go through the process.
Right.
And you got to go through the process in order to get to the end.
True. That's true.
Take it up. Gonna take.
Afraid of the process. I really do believe why people are afraid of the process is because they don't know what's on the other side of the process. In other words, they don't know what to expect.
Right.
And so, why go through the process when I've never been on the other side? So a lot of people is afraid of what's on the other side.
Exactly.
It's because when I was reading just in a familiar book, which is the book of Exodus, very quickly, I got to relate that to this. While I was reading the book of Exodus, the story of Moses, right? So the Lord began to give me 3 P's. These 3 P's I do related to the natural versus the spirit. The 3 P's he gave me was preparation, number 1. Number 2, process. And number 3, promise. So people I would say this: afraid of the process. If people literally can be prepared before the process, then people won't be afraid to go through the process.
Yeah.
Is because what the Lord began to tell me about the children of Israel. Let me relate this and we'll come back natural. He said while they was in bondage for over 400 years with Pharaoh,
Mm-hmm.
that was their preparation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Lord even sent them a deliverer named Moses to deliver them out of the preparation state, is because they've been there 400 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when Moses delivered them, they was going through their process, which is the wilderness.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And the Lord used Moses to walk them through that process. A lot of times, and bring it back natural, a lot of times, God will send some people in your life to help prepare you
Mm-hmm.
for the process so
Mm-hmm.
you won't be afraid.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So a lot of times when we don't have anybody, and we have to walk alone, sometimes you just, I'm gonna say me and others, we literally be afraid of the process because we don't know what's on the other side
Right.
of it. But when God sends you help, don't neglect the help.
Mm-hmm.
Don't neglect the help. It's because literally they there to literally help you to walk through your whole process.
Mm-hmm.
Even if, let me say this, even if God don't send you help, I'm a firm believer that God will prepare you not to be afraid of the process. He may
Mm-hmm.
say, you got this, go on the other side. You may can't see what's in your way, but go on, because he said, I never leave you, I never forsake. Walk through this. Sometimes your process is not with people. Sometimes your process got to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever process that God is taking you through, trust Him enough that He will get you through the process. And the reason why I say that is because at one point I was afraid of the process. I said, I don't know how I'm gonna end up after this process. Like, what's after this process? And literally, I don't know. Just one day, I don't know, Allison. One day, I got tired being afraid.
Mm-hmm.
I was literally ready to enter to my promised land. Like, why am I keep holding myself back? Where is this fear coming from? Where is this intimidation? Right. Where is this shyness coming from?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and hey, I just got tired of being stuck. Don't settle. At the beginning of the show, you said don't settle for less.
Right.
I got tired of settling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why am I still in this process 5 years later?
Right.
So when you settle for being in the process, now it's another scripture I'm reminded about is in Psalm chapter 23 when he says, go through the shadow of death. He didn't say stay there. So your process, you don't have to stay in the process, go through the process. I think a lot of times the reason why we're afraid of the process is because we like to stay at the process. No, go through your process. He say stay there, go through it. And so a lot of times I believe when we keep ourselves in a place for so long, we'll end up being intimidated. We'll end up being fearful to go past the process.
Yes.
Yeah. So stop holding yourself back. And so this is where the afraid, this is where the intimidation kicks in. This is where the fear kicks in. Go through. Don't stay there. It was never meant for you to stay there.
Right.
Go on through.
Right.
And then you'll see what the end gonna be like.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
This is how you and I got
here, meant to stay in the process. To the word process, after it has processed, that means that's past tense. After that, it means you went through it. You got to go through it. If you stuck, then you ain't processed.
True. And here's the thing, Allison. Some people can literally be in their promise. A lot of people think that they still in the process, but actually when you really open up your eyes and see, you done made it to the finish line. Mm-hmm. Your mind may be going through the process, but literally you are in the promise. Literally, I'm gonna say it this way. Y'all can't help, but I hope I'm not over spiritualizing things. Like literally, here's the thing. Just like the children of Israel, right? They came out of bondage. They went through the wilderness. Here's the thing in between bondage and wilderness. When they got to the wilderness and they says to their leader, why did you bring us out here to die? You should have left us in bondage preparation. Why did you come and get us? In other words, they feet move, but their minds never did. So a lot of times, people of God, your feet moving, your body moving, but your mind ain't moving. Okay, literally, they was afraid of the process is because their mind was still back in bondage. They literally didn't forget how they literally were when they was in bondage. So bring this back to natural. Our feet is moving, our body is moving, but our mind's going nowhere. Yeah. Your mind got to move because your mind is the battlefield. Exactly. So once your mind move, your feet move, your heart move, your body move, then you accept the process, then you be on your way. When you look back, you're like, oh, I went through it wasn't a piece of cake, but I went through this because my mind went through the process first. So I believe our minds have to be settled. Yes. And literally accept the fact that I'm going through this process, and why be afraid when he said he'll be with me. I don't have to be afraid, whether it's naturally, whether it's spiritual, So we can look at it at both perspectives. A lot of times people be afraid to go through the process. We can say, let's do an example of a cake. All right. Okay. I got a cake in a box, right? Go to Walmart, buy me a cake. Okay. Now, I can go to Walmart, buy the box of cake, and do not get the other ingredients to go with the cake. And let me ask you, when you go to Walmart, you go down the cake aisle, you pick up a cake box on that aisle. Now, you can choose to get the other ingredients, or you can choose not to. But when you go through the line, pay for the cake that's in the box, you get home, you ain't pick up no eggs, you ain't get no grease, you ain't getting no cake pan, you didn't get nothing else to go with that cake. Yeah. Let me ask you this. Will a cake go through its process the correct way? No. Why? You just got a box. You just got a box. You just got a box of whatever is in it, the cake mix. That's it. Even a cake. Gotta go through a process. Gotta go through the process. That's deep right there. Or it's just gonna be in the cabinet. That's it. Or it's just gonna be in the cabinet inside of that cake box. Yep. So if a cake gotta go through a process, and the cake can't talk, a cake cannot tell you, I'm afraid to go through this process. Right. That's deep right there. Right. Get all the ingredients and go through the process. And go step by step. So I said, afraid of the unknown. Yeah, that's right. Afraid. That's why I say afraid of what's on the other side of that process. The push will release you into the new. Yes, it will. That's let go of God. Hey, y'all. Yeah. Well, let's look at on here. The process is what brings you into your wholeness. It allows your mind to catch up with your transition. Okay. So you can come out the process whole. That's right. Yes. With the ingredients to the cake. Yes. That cake is gonna come out whole, and you're gonna have a cake. You're gonna all right. Look, they're gonna help us inspire too. Right? Well, come on in, come on through. Yeah. So you need all the ingredients. I would say while you're going through your process, God is giving you the ingredients to go through naturally and spiritual. Yeah. God is giving you all the ingredients that you need. He's giving you all the ingredients you need to go through your process. Because He already know once you make it to the finish line, it's a done deal. Yeah. You are made whole. There you go. You are made whole. And can you imagine what Moses told them when the people told him that he literally went and got them out of bondage? Now, now we're in the wilderness. Right. And y'all saying this to me? I literally could have left you over in bondage. Right. Literally, huh? Right. Because Moses had a family. He could have stayed where he was. Right. And so literally I came to help y'all. I'm literally coming to help y'all to walk y'all process out. But see, when people don't acknowledge and see the help that God got before them, it can literally cause that person more harm than the other person. Like literally. So we can't be afraid. If that box of cake is not afraid to go through the process, which the box of cake don't have feelings, it don't
I'm
have
about to say, it ain't got no choice.
that's
It ain't got no choice
that's
but
how
to
we
go
should
through the
feel.
process.
Like literally, tonight we ain't got no choice.
Ain't got no choice.
We ain't got no choice. How can you be whole if you don't go through the process?
Exactly.
God is doing everything in that process, healing. What else he doing? Delivering. He's doing everything in that process. He's making you whole. He's getting that mind together.
Right.
God is literally doing everything he needs to do in that process.
Yes.
So when you come out, watch this, you won't be undone. Do that make sense?
Right.
If I got all the ingredients for that cake, that cake will not be undone unless I take it out before time. This is what's happening to us. We are coming off the press before God get done. And guess what? We are undone. Yeah. But if we go through the process, you'll be done enough to be whole and walk right in to your promise. Yeah. So that's what's happening.
That's look.
So tonight, I hope nobody else will be afraid.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to go through the process.
Don't be afraid.
You gotta go through it. You gotta go through it.
You undone now, but God wants you done. Do that make sense? You undone now. Say to yourself, I gotta be done. Yeah, all the way done. Not halfway.
Like he say, if you keep checking if the cake is ready in the oven, you then after alter your wholeness, and from outside influence, you change the uniqueness of what God called you to be. Okay,
that's right.
I hear you.
And to just put a nugget right there, undone. That one word, I had to just say one word, Marquita, it would be undone. Yeah. Yes, we need to be done. That cake need to be done when you take it out of the oven. And if you walk hard enough, remember when your grandma was in the kitchen back in the day cooking and baking, and she used to say, "Get out of here walking hard. You gonna make my cake fall." You don't remember that?
I didn't hear people say stuff like that. Yeah.
In other words, she telling you the hardness of your walk is about to make my cake fall and be undone.
Yeah.
Afraid of the process not going through, y'all. It's gonna make you undone. Wow. This is good.
I know, right? Look.
Damn.
Let's get another topic in there. Let's get another topic.
This is good.
All right, shout out to my dad. He on here. Hey.
Hey, Bishop Ross. I had to ask your daughter, can I say hi, Bishop Ross? Hello there. She said, hey, Tiff.
All right, you pick me up.
All righty.
We're going to do one more out the small one because we already see right here. You know, it gets good. What you got?
Dear listener.
So I put this one in here. I mean, of course, it's the topic of one of the episodes, but I was like, should I put this one in here? But then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put this in there because I want you, and I know I said I'm gonna go with it first, but with that topic, I'm gonna let you just go because this is just an opportunity to just be like, dear listener, and just inspire.
Dear listener, you know what I have became to do is be a good listener. I listen first before I talk.
Okay.
Be quick to hear, slow to speak. That way, because watch this. Every conversation don't need an explanation. Sometimes, dear listener, sometimes people come to us for us to listen. It's because they don't have nobody else in their life to listen to them. So every conversation don't need an explanation. It's just like if I come to you, and sometimes we'll pick it up by people conversation. Like if they just talking, you say within yourself, they just need somebody to listen to them.
Yep. I have some friends, they'll call and they'll just be going, I said, you just need to get that out.
They just need to vent.
Okay.
That's
Like I'm
it.
not gonna try to like fix the situation, give you
Yeah.
a solution or anything. They just
Come
want to hear. They
on.
just want you to hear them, and they just want to hear it out loud.
That's
Because a
right.
lot of times, once you say whatever it is that is going on in your head, that is troubling
Right.
your mind, once you say it out loud, then it's like, okay, well maybe I can do this because now you can said it out loud.
Right.
So it's like, okay, okay. That ain't as bad as I thought it was in my head,
Right.
It's not as bad as I thought it was,
Right.
So yeah, some people they just need a vent.
That's it. Are we listening more or are we doing more talking?
Right. Look.
Because if we over talking the person who called us, that's a problem. Literally, it is. Apparently, they called you to talk, and our job is to listen. You know,
and a lot of times they don't even know that they just need to talk. So you have to discern that. Oh, okay, they just need a vent. They ain't got to be like, hey. Right. I just got to vent real quick. Just don't say nothing.
Right.
You should be able to, as a friend or the other person on the other end of the phone, to discern that. Okay, they just need to get this out.
Right. And they've been holding it in. They just need that one good friend that will hear them out.
Right.
That will just hear them out.
Yes.
It's almost like a therapist. When you go to the psychologist, we about to bring some demonstration in this. Demonstration, right? Just like when I said we because I see one as well. It is good for all of us to go see one, all right? I don't care how well you think you are, okay? It's another subject for another day, right? Just like you go see a therapist, a psychologist, right? They are literally getting paid to hear you vent. You think they're about to give you the solution and the answer you need. Baby, they sitting there dressed up. You done did all that venting. And at the end of your last sentence, they say, have a great day. They know within themselves, that person that needs to vent and get it out, your whole conversation just answered what you just told that therapist. You just needed to vent.
Right.
You just need to just talk to somebody who will listen to you.
I would be mad.
You would be mad if you was a therapist. I would.
No, I would be mad if I'm paying the therapist to listen to me talk. I need God to just bring me some friends that I can just call. Not a therapist. Not a therapist. Look, that's one less bill I gotta pay. And look, we being real.
We being real.
We being real.
I gotta say this. Sometimes we need that therapeutic in our friends, like literally.
And it's good to have.
Just like literally. We ain't gotta pay them no money. We ain't gotta go and buy them no lunch. I just need you to be a good listener. I need you to be the therapeutic today. I need you to be the therapist today. Just listen. And then once that person get it out, have you ever talked to somebody in a conversation y'all both laugh? But it made that person feel good. Right. You didn't try to give them no answer. You didn't give them no solution. You laughed it off. Right. Maybe you hugged it off. Maybe you dabbed it off. Yeah. But that, I'm telling you, people just need people to listen to them. Yeah. Sometimes I gotta remind our family and friends, dear listener, I thought you was the listener and I was the person that was talking. Dear listener, we being real tonight. Yes. We're gonna lay it all out there tonight.
Get you some friends that would listen.
Yes.
That's what I got out of that whole thing. Get you some friends that would listen.
Right. That's right.
Like, hey, I don't need to call and gossip with them. I just need to talk. I just need to vent. I just need to get this out.
Right.
Because it's always good to get it on out. Because you don't want to get it out on the wrong person, the wrong way.
Yeah.
You don't want to vent at work.
That's why our adrenaline.
Our customer.
We need to get our adrenaline together before we call people as well. Because the adrenaline gets you going. For you know what, we on 1,000. Like
Right.
what the? You looking at your friend on the phone. They on the phone, but you looking at them like because they adrenaline is going. But you know what? I didn't always listen. I didn't
So Marquita
always.
said, I'm a therapist. Hey,
She
therapist.
is. She is.
Well, you need to become my friend. So,
I forgot. She
like,
is.
friend all the way. Like, yes, you can be my therapist friend.
Yes.
In other words, I ain't paying.
She wouldn't charge you. She wouldn't charge you. You know what though, Allison? How I became a listener is one day. Y'all about to be real transparent. One day, one of my friends called me, and they was like, "Hey, guy, how you doing?" I was like, "I'm doing fine. X, Y, and Z." They started talking. When they got quiet, I started talking. They started talking. You know what their friend told me? It was like, I'm the one to call. You're supposed to be listening. I promise you from that day forward, because their friend was up front. She said, I didn't call you for you to fix my situation. I called you so I can vent.
Right, because then if she be like, what you think? Then.
It's been
but
some
she
years
didn't
ago.
ask for that though.
No.
She
taught me something.
Hey.
But you know what I had to tell her? I do apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Next time you call me, I'm going to listen.
Right.
So, dear listener.
Dear listener.
Every conversation don't involve a 4-hour conversation by phone. It just don't.
Right.
Just
right.
listen.
Just listen.
Just listen.
Listen.
That's good.
To the song in my heart. Okay. I ain't gonna be on that, y'all.
Yeah, go
All right, so we got them topics for the small jar. What other one is? Because we're gonna put those in later. Did you put it back in?
Is that it right there?
Oh, okay, it's right there. All right. So we got the small jar out the way. I thought I did this small jar, big jar. Yeah, no. All right, so the big jar, y'all.
Uh-oh.
Big jar. As a matter of fact, you know what? We're gonna go to commercial real quick.
A little motivation for you. A little motivation for you.
All right, y'all. We back, and we are getting into the big jar. Shout out to everybody that is on here commenting. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Like I said on my last episode, I am watching to see who is being interactive on this show because you never know, I might do a giveaway. And the people that's on here, commenting and interacting with the show, you just might go into that drawing for some kind of gift card or something. We inspiring, but we also blessing at the same time. So here is the big jar, which, like I said, once we get this topic, Renee is just gonna run with it. She's just gonna run with it. I don't shut though. Don't get too pastory over here.
I know, right?
And then be like, we're going an hour later. I'm playing. Oh, this one's good. Strong women.
Oh Oh, snap.
Strong women. You can take that however you want to.
Strong women.
Strong
Wow.
women.
Wow.
Strong women.
Wow.
Independence.
Ooh. I get strong women. Wow. Well, I came, let's see how I want to say this. I was raised with a strong woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I can say I was undergirded by strong women. And that strong women is my mom, my grandmother.
Shout out to mama.
I know, shout out to my mom. That's my heart. Is she listening? If my son is listening, shout out to you, Taylor. And I'm telling you, they were some strong women, been through much. And this is where I get that strong side. My brother said I have a strong head. Like she's just so strong headed, you know. And I get it is because I came up under some strong women that had literally a backbone. Like literally, it didn't matter what they faced in life, a illness, a sickness, a divorce, whatever it was in their life, they knew how to bounce back. They just knew how to bounce back because they was taught that. So whatever their parents taught my mom, my mom, my grandmother, they taught us. Well, they taught me, and been through much. But I gotta say, whatever I've been through, Allison, it did not hit a vital organ. When something hit a vital organ, you out of here. And so whatever I've been through in life, it did not hit a vital organ because it wasn't supposed to. It was only supposed to make me strong. Go through the process.
Gotcha.
Go through the process.
We always come back to them topics.
We always come back and don't settle for less. And so I knew what I had to go through in life was building me to become a strong woman. I didn't see it then, but I see it now. Yes. So this is where the strong side come from. What you say? You said them hard hitters, them hard hitters. So this is where the strong Renee comes from. Now don't get me wrong. I have a weak side. But then I have a strong side, and so both of them makes it complete. You know, because that's right. It got to be balanced. And so I believe I used more of the strong side than that weak side. It's because that's what I was taught. Yeah. Show that strong side. Show that strong side. But it does not make me weak. It's because I have a weak side. Right. It really doesn't. It makes you human. It makes us human. So so being strong. Yeah, and it's okay for us to tell another woman, "You're a strong woman." You're a strong woman. Why can't we do that as women? Right. Compliment each other. Yeah. Says you strong. I don't care nothing about your flaws. I don't care nothing about your mistakes. All right, you strong. Past that, you strong. Yeah. So strong women. We need those strong women, and we need those women that's not so strong. Is because when we all come together, we'll be one unit. Which make us strong women. Women is plural. It mean more than one. It mean more. Than
and
one.
we got Mother's Day coming up, y'all. It's Tuesday now. Sunday is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Happy Mother's Day to all the soon-to-be mothers. You know, whether your mother is here or not. You know, I had gotten bitter. Not necessarily bitter. Well, I guess it would be bitter. Once my mom passed, it was just like Mother's Day coming up. What's that? You know, like, but I think I'm getting back around to, well, you're a mother too, you know, so let your child celebrate you, even though he better have something for me. But anyways, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
I love my friend.
Happy Mother's Day to y'all. Seriously, you know, I'm getting back to myself on the Mother's Day. You know, my mother was a strong woman herself, you know. So I'm not so bitter about that as much. You know, I ain't all the way there. But happy Mother's Day to everybody. So
I love it. Marquita says a strong woman with a submissive heart to God. I love it.
Somebody just, yeah.
I love it.
Laminda.
Laminda. I'm
Okay.
sorry, daughter. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
A strong woman with a submissive heart to God. I love it. That's right. That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
A strong
Shout out to
woman.
y'all in the comments, man.
Okay, because they tearing it up tonight.
They is like, I'm like, I got to go whole thing scroll down to. I have to make sure. I'm like, whoop.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
Let me ask you this before we go.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we ain't going just yet.
Okay.
Because you still got the.
Okay. Oh, okay.
All right. So, what was you about to say?
Is it good to be strong all the time?
No. No. At least not to act like you strong all the time. You may appear to be strong, but you got to break down sometimes.
Okay.
Because if you don't,
let me ask you this: if all you know is to be strong, how can that strong person learn how to break down or to be weak sometimes? Like how?
That's a good question.
It's because this is what I was taught, this was put before me, and this is how I was raised.
They would have to have some good friends, a circle that can recognize that you need a moment.
That's
you know what I mean. You gotta pray for that circle to be around you, because ain't no way that I'm gonna be your friend and not tell you or tell you that I recognize you. You need a moment. You don't have to be strong all the time. Here, let me help you a little bit. Gotcha. You know, let me give you some words of encouragement instead of you encouraging me all the time. You know, so that's the best way I can think of.
That's a good.
You gotta have a circle behind you, around you, not behind you. A circle surrounding you. Yeah, it ain't gotta be no whole lot of people. That's what I done learned. It don't have to be a whole lot of people. A whole lot of people ain't gotta be in your circle. Get your certain few and let that be your circle.
Let that be your circle.
You ain't gotta add everybody in there.
I like it.
Yes.
And if we want to bring it like this, even Jesus, he was strong, but he showed his human side to three of his disciples.
Right.
Peter, James, and John. Them three was able to handle his moment side that he needed to have. And I believe, as you say, those friends, sister friends that God has brought into your life, it's okay to show them your moment side, as long as those friends don't use those weak moments against you. Because sometimes we show people our weak side and we let that wall down.
And that's why you got to be careful.
Sometimes people use it against you.
You got to be careful. You got to have some discernment. You can't let everybody in you. I'm telling you, the last couple of years, I have learned this personally. You cannot let everybody in your circle. Everybody ain't meant to be your friend. You know what I mean? And then you have to know, I call it, what did I call it? Categorizing the different people in your life. You got to know who's going to be your circle friends. Gotcha. Then you got to know who you might can kick it with them, but I can only trust you as long as I see you, you know.
Gotcha. That's
or
good.
You know, somebody, you know, say it's somebody at work that you know, you can't just be friends with everybody at work. True. You gotta set your boundaries. Gotcha. I must be saying something good.
That's good, Allison. I like that. Categorize people.
Yeah, you gotta
know who your real friends are.
Put them in the right categories. Because a lot of times we're putting long-term friends, short-term friends in the long-term friends category. It's like, no, this person was just here to be in this part of your life, get the lesson out of that, and let that go.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus you have the ones that you'll ride or die no matter what. You can call them up and say, hey, I'm going through this. They already know. All right, I got you. You know, or they can just sense it. You ain't even got to call them. Yes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everybody ain't meant to be in your circle. Discern who needs to be in your circle. Ask God who needs to be in your circle.
That's
Because
true.
if we just put people in our circle, we just messing ourselves up.
And
And you set yourself up for disappointment that way. It's like realize and recognize who goes in what category of what. You know, you ain't got to be mean to that person that ain't in your circle, but just know, I can't be with you like that.
Yes.
You know, so
because our friends ought to have that discernment to know us. Girl, you strong. You can have a moment right now without being judgmental.
Yes.
Without condemning your friend.
Yes.
Your sister, whoever she's supposed to be to you, whoever they're supposed to be to you. You know, so this is why we have to know the people that God literally placed in our lives. And we can tell our strong friends, you can have a moment. Yeah. Girl, have a moment. It's okay. I have them all the time.
And then you also discern, okay, now you've been down there long enough. Now come on, get on up.
Get up,
and now let's go on in. Come on
out of that moment.
Now you don't water in there too long. Don't water in there too long. Yeah. You come on, dust yourself off. Let's go. You know, you gotta know.
Yeah,
you gotta
that's
have
true.
That discernment.
That's true.
So
even when the friend sometimes trying to have that moment. And you know, at that very time, she need to be strong. Not right now. There ain't time to do that. We're gonna need you to be on this level today. All right. So yeah, you're right, Alice. You're right.
Right.
Woo, putting people in the right category. Wow.
Yes.
Discerning who they are. See, that's why we can't throw friend around lightly.
Man, you know, people do that. Bestie. No, I don't call everybody my bestie. No, I just met you 2 weeks ago. You my bestie? No. Stop just throwing words around.
Is that what they do now?
Yes.
Where
my
I been
bestie. I'm like,
where I been?
I barely even know you. Like,
where I been? Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Renee L. Brown. Yeah, they do that now. You done met somebody a week ago. Now you best friends. Yeah. What they do that? I guess because I'm an 80s baby. I mean, we don't do that.
I'm like, if I don't know you for no long time, I got literally, even with being friends with you, I tell everybody, I got one best friend. And then I got my circle of friends. You know what I mean? Right. But I don't throw that word around my bestie.
Yeah.
No. I got some tight friends.
Right.
That I know that I can call on. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we have that, what they say, what's understood don't have to be explained.
What's understood don't have to be explained.
There you go.
And vice versa. You got friends you can call on, they should be able to call on you.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Now you got that friend that it just seems like they just always pulling. It should be you should be pulling and pushing.
Right.
You should be able to pull from them.
That's right. Should be balanced.
And they should be able to pull from you. If they just always just sucking you dry of it don't matter what it is. Whether it's inspiration, whether it's money, whatever it is. If they just taking, it's unbalanced.
And
that's not a friend.
That friendship needs to be reevaluated.
Yes, it does. It does.
If that friend always pouring, the other friend is taking, please reevaluate that friendship. Like literally,
you should be getting something somehow, some way.
That's right.
Like I might not be able to. I've learned this with certain friends. Like I have some friends that their thing is to give. And they can give, like say financially or whatever. They just do. Whereas on the other end, that might not be reciprocated, but I can encourage you, I can inspire you, I can do what I can do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But if it ain't nothing going on at all on the other end, then no.
Right. Because I can give in many ways.
You just basically got to sponsor them.
That's it.
That's it.
Because giving comes in all forms.
Mhm.
That person may be able to bless somebody financially in the
Right.
friendship. You may can't, but if you give in another way, that's
Mhm.
still a form of giving.
Mhm.
And then you still showing forth your friendship.
Mhm.
You know, so
Right.
giving comes in all different forms.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a person don't never give nothing.
Right. Anything.
Please reevaluate that friendship.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes. This is good. This is good. So we are coming to the last topic of the night.
Uh-oh.
It's actually 10:07. We didn't did this thing.
Yes, we have.
And we still got viewers. All right, so I added into the show a segment where the prior guest gives the next guest a topic. Um, so you need to think of what you're gonna be giving the next guest to.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So, but her topic tonight is if everyone in this world was just like you, what type of world would this world be? So this was inspired by we're gonna say shout out to Lady Karen Macon, Restoration House of Praise.
Woo, woo.
But this was inspired by her through H Tutter that was on the show last week. So if everyone in this world was just like Renee,
Gotcha.
what kind of world would this be? Would this world be?
Wow, that's a good question. Lady Karen Macon. Shout out to you and Bishop and Restoration House of Praise. Woo. HHD. All right. So if this world was just like me, what type of world would this be? That kind of rhyme. All right. So I would say this world, number one, probably would be, I'm gonna do it both ways, natural and spiritual.
Okay.
This world would be an influencer. This world would be a trendsetter. Okay? This world would be a general. And the reason why I say that is because generals stand on the front line.
Okay.
And sometimes they get hit because they don't want their people to get hit. So they literally stand on the front line for those who they call to serve.
Okay.
Now that's to me that's a trendsetter. To me that's an influencer. So now that's on the natural side. So for the kingdom side, as a kingdom influencer, I had to write it down. I literally influence people as Christians to live by the sayings of Christ. To be a Christian means to live by the sayings of Christ, right? And so I will say that I am set apart because when you are a trendsetter and when you are an influencer, you are set apart. All right. So I have to say it like this. I live in this world, but I'm definitely not a part of this world. And the reason why I say that is literally, Allison, I am a multi-dimension person. All right. And why I say that is I got to go here with this. Hopefully somebody follow me with this is because I already told you I'm multi-dimensional, right? Influencer, trendsetter, a general. That's multi-dimensional right there. That's on the natural. So for the spiritual side, I got to give the scripture because it's a multi-dimensional scripture. In the book of Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principality and powers. That's a lot right there. That scripture is showing us to operate as multi-dimensional people. Okay. Right? Not in the flesh, but in the spirit.
Okay.
So if this world was just like Renee, we would literally teach people how to be an influencer, a trendsetter, a general, and multi-dimensional. That's good right there. Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be an amazing world.
That's what we need, though. If you look at it,
there you go.
That's what we need.
If this world was just like me, the world would be inspired.
Inspired, okay.
Inspired. Now, just because you're inspired don't mean you ain't going through though. But you're gonna be
Ooh.
inspired though, encouraged and motivated. Because that's what we do on the show. So yeah,
Wow, that's good.
that's a good one. Ain't it?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
list go on and on and on. It
Mm-hmm.
literally does. So when you're an influencer and when you're a trendsetter, you literally build those up who literally you are serving. This is what
Mm-hmm.
an influencer does. When generals are on the front line, we are training people, right? Right? We are literally
Mm-hmm.
training them.
Right.
Generals train people and command those under them, or we train people under us for battle,
Mm-hmm.
literally, both natural and spiritual. So being an influencer and being a trendsetter, we literally have to be generals because we on the front line.
Right. Right.
We literally are. We are training people uh, to guard themselves for battle, whether if it's natural or whether if it's spiritual. And we have to train them how to fight on the
Mm-hmm.
front line.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be a general and not train people.
Right. Right. You gotta tell some other folks what you know.
That's right.
Stop hoarding things, y'all. Share the podcast.
Yeah.
Y'all like how I threw that in there?
That was
Share
good.
that podcast. Don't hoard any of this inspiration, motivation, or encouragement, y'all. Because that is our objective of this show is to inspire, motivate, and encourage other people in so many ways with different perspectives,
Yeah.
just because I see things one way don't mean she might see it from a different perspective that I don't see it from that may help somebody else. So yes, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm glad that we got to have this opportunity.
I'm glad. Thank you for
Yes.
inviting me.
Yes, y'all. She had to, speed up into the driveway because she thought she was gonna be late. But we made it. We made it.
Allison, I would say you're an influencer.
Yeah, I
You
guess.
you does it well.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Naturally, you are an influencer. Have you ever thought about that?
I guess in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naturally, you
Because
are
whether
a
it's
born
through
influencer.
music, whether it's through talking now, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm
That's
I'm,
right.
I'm walking into it,
Yeah.
slowly but surely about to dominate all of this.
You walking in it. You already walking in it. See, just like we were saying earlier about people afraid of the process. Sometimes we are through the process. We literally in the promise. So literally, you walking in it, Allison.
Yeah.
You are a natural born influencer, like literally,
Well, thank
without
you.
questions asked, without thinking about it. That's who you are. To have this podcast, you are an influencer. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And we're
Yeah.
gonna continue with it as long as we supposed to. As we supposed to,
That's right.
Yes. All right. So, y'all, that is the end of our night. We got all those topics talked about. And like I said, don't be a hoarder of the show. If you are tuning in right now, please share with someone else this episode. Go and subscribe, follow anything that I got going on. Tips Tuesdays. Be on the look for things that will be going on soon. And like I said, if you are tuning into the podcast, you never know. You might be in this drawing. I'm looking at who's active on here, and you might get a blessing your way. So I'm put the QR code up there one more time. For anybody that wants to go and follow the podcast, hit that QR code. Also, remember to, if you would like to financially give to the podcast, please do so. The Cash App is right there on the screen. Tips Tuesdays, or you can contact me at Tips Tuesdays at gmail.com. gmail.com. If you have another form that you would like to give to the podcast, be a blessing, because we're doing nothing but blessing others through inspiration with this podcast. So, y'all, please go and do that. And we are going to end out our night. I want to thank my special guest, Renee L. Brown. Once again, we got it in the night. I'm so excited. I can't show it on the screen, my cheeks hurt right now. But thank you once again for being on the show. Y'all tune in again next week, same time. We actually have one of my friends, and I can actually say she's a friend. We ain't never met, y'all, but we are friends. And when I say we are friends, you will see when she come on the show. But we got Miss Estelyn Lopez from New York. Yes. So y'all tune in next week, 9 p.m. Central Time, here on Facebook Live and YouTube. So y'all have a great night. I'm gonna stop talking because I just feel like I'm just talking now. So have a good night. A little motivation.